Well, thank you very much, Mr. Wanjigi, for giving us this interview. I know you're a man in the news right now with regards to everything that is happening even tomorrow with the ODM NDC. Are you attending this NDC?
Kennedy, Karibu, and yes, definitely. I will be at that NDC. I'm a delegate. I will be there.
Well, I'm asking you this question because the chairperson of the ODM Nairobi branch, that is Makadara MP, George Aladwa, has expressly said that you are not a delegate of the ODM party and you ceased being one in 2019. What you are is just an ordinary life member of the ODM party.
Did he say I ceased being one in 2019 or I ceased being one in 2021?
Actually, he said there were elections that were done in December last year, that is in 2021. And in those elections, which he says were done through harmonization, you are not part of the structure of ODM. So you're just an ordinary life member.
So you're saying that in that harmonization, he is saying that I was removed?
Yes, that's what he basically says. He says you're not a delegate.
I don't know of that. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm legally a delegate. I will be attending. I'm not addressing myself to Aladwa.
You're not addressing yourself to Aladwa, but he's the custodian of the Nairobi branch list of ODM delegates. So he says you're not allowed anywhere. I basically says that you being a life member does not guarantee your attendance to that particular meeting.
Let me be very clear, Kennedy. You're saying the same Aladwa said that I was a delegate from 2019 to 2021. And somehow he removed me, or they removed me in 21. A process that I know nothing about. An election I don't think Nairobi even knew about. How did they remove me? I am a legal delegate of the NDC. Let them tell me at the gate of Kasarani that I am not allowed entry, or I'm persona non grata, but I shall be there.
Well, there's the other question, now that you're saying that you will be there and you have, are you ready for the consequences if they stop you at the gate?
What consequences, Kennedy?
I
am asking for my democratic... Why should they arrest me? For seeking my democratic rights? No, I'm prepared. I am absolutely prepared for any consequences that they wish to part on me for insisting on democracy in Kenya. Absolutely.
We have seen today that the National Governing Council of the ODM, after a NEC meeting, has also gone ahead and ratified a decision of NEC that has endorsed ODM leader Raila Odinga as the sole presidential candidate for the party. This has even gone ahead with to see Kakamega Governor Wycliffe Oparanya, who is a deputy party leader, and Mombasa Governor Hassan Joho relinquish their push to be president within the party. Now you're saying that you want to be there, but the NGC has not heard your name. Why are you still pushing for this within ODM?
You know, the most interesting thing is that I don't even know how they got Raila Amolo Odinga's name. That to me is news. What we have seen today is a complete unconstitutionality, an illegality to the constitution of ODM, a complete desecration of democracy in the party. You cannot keep changing goalposts this way, that way, according to the whims and wishes of an individual. This is a body corporate called a party. It's been there for 16 years. You're now witnessing its demise. Its demise. And we are going to say it on the floor of Kasarani tomorrow. This is now a party in quicksand. It is fast going in that sand. You shall witness from tomorrow.
What do you mean you don't even know how they got Raila's name? What do you mean by that?
Did he apply with me? Did he apply with Oparanya? Did he apply with Joho? What I heard today was the NEB, National Elections Board, had a process from January to February where they had opened applications for presidency. They closed it at the end of February on the basis that they are suspending it. When I went to visit the offices of ODM in September, they said, in fact, the party leader had also expressed interest, but they had not opened it, but they were going to open it. They were even going to come back to me within 2 weeks, and the NEC was going to meet to insist that NEB opens it. They have never opened it up. How did Raila Amolo Odinga become a candidate? How did he become a candidate? Did he pay the 1 million shillings? Did he put an application? How can you say that other people's endorsement makes you a candidate? And you shut out others. I may have had also other people who may have wanted to endorse me. The process of the Constitution is clear. The NDC, every 5 years, decides on a presidential candidate. That candidate, if there is more than one, it must be a competitive process. That is all NEB was to put forward. What is the process to choose our presidential candidate? It is clear that they have decided not to open up applications, even though even this week, the same NEB advertised on the social media, on the website, that they're opening up presidential elections.
To Monday 28th.
Monday 28th. That's what they said. Where are these applications? Where have they opened? Where have they closed it?
So you say...
If it's not on the website, there's nothing. We can't even apply. Even I believe if I went, they would have said it's already closed. They themselves have said they have not opened it today. Isn't that what the National Governing Council said? That they closed it in February. So what was NEB doing this week? What were they doing this week?
You said you went there in September.
Yes.
Was you or did you apply? Did you yourself apply other than show interest like Raila Odinga has?
No, we wrote a letter. You see, you can't apply because they suspended it in February last year. So we wrote a letter. And Sifuna was very clear. We are making this request to the NEC to ask NEB to open it up. This week alone, they opened it up. And yet the Governing Council is clearly saying that it was closed last year and only 2 candidates. They are not even referring to this week. You can see the amount of goal post changing they are doing, all to keep me out. Why? Why does Raila Amolo Odinga want to keep me out of a race with him? What is the problem? Is that same democracy he said he has been fighting all these years? Is that been fake? Has it been pretense? What is this? This is his own party. If this is how he's running his party, I fear for the rank and file of ODM. I fear for the party nominations going forward for seats of MCA, MP, governor, senator. I really, I think you're going to see the biggest shamble you've ever imagined in this party.
So Jimi Wanjigi can stand and actually take a Bible and say that all that I am doing right now is fighting for democracy within ODM.
Within ODM, and my rights as a citizen of this nation to seek whatever seat I want, in whichever party I want. This party, I have invested heavily my time, my resources, my wherewithal, including even almost my life for this party.
When you're talking about resources, what is this that you've pumped into ODM?
My resources, are many, not only financial, even my brain. Even my brain is a resource, a major resource. Time is a resource. I have invested a lot of time in terms of strategy. And I have almost lost my life for this same party. And this is how they treat me. Raila Amolo Odinga is advertising to everybody, how he treats those who support him, how he treats those who have been prepared to even die for him. This is what he's advertising. That you're only good when you are supporting. When you are in any form of competition or seeking your own rights, you become an enemy.
Probably one will say that I'm campaigning, but look at it this way. There are those within the party that are saying the stars are aligned towards a Raila Odinga presidency. This time round, President Uhuru Kenyatta has come on board and is even supporting. Joho has dropped his bid. Oparanya has dropped his bid. Why not reach out to him and have a talk that will probably either see the two of you reach a consensus and probably also support him this time round?
Let me put it this way. I myself, first and foremost, do not believe what you have said is true. I don't believe the stars are aligned for a Raila Odinga presidency. And you are saying that primarily because President Uhuru Kenyatta has endorsed him. I've never seen any endorsement in this country that has led to presidency. I'm sorry. Joho and Oparanya have always been there with Raila, and he did not make it. So you're talking about President Uhuru Kenyatta. I think effectively, he is a project of Uhuru Kenyatta. And I can assure you, projects in the past, as of now, are not going to work. This one is surely not going to work. I don't believe the presidency of Uhuru Kenyatta is a popular presidency. I think it's a very unpopular presidency. So to want an endorsement from an unpopular exiting president, I don't know. I don't see that as a path to power.
What's your strategy?
I am clear that I am keen on this party getting power. I am keen on the ideals it has stood for. If there was a clear path to do that, I'll be the first one to support whatever is a consensus and agreement within this party. But there's no clear path. Ever since 2018, when there was the handshake, there's been a total desecration of this party and the democratic ideals that this nation has stood for. You are seeing an emergence of an autocracy. I can never be part of that. This is an autocracy. Raila Odinga today gets and has the audacity to say that he will continue the projects of Uhuru Kenyatta. Which are these projects? What we know is that those projects have been fraught with corruption and have hurt us with debt tremendously. It has been part of the cost of living that is destroying nearly every citizen in this country. How can he say that that is a legacy, that is a future that we should look forward to? I'm sorry. I do not see Raila Odinga's path to power. He is not a president of these times. This needs a total Itweka, as I said, an Itweka moment, a total change from the shackles of these autocrats, because they're autocrats, especially those two families. They need to get out of the way.
Now, fast forward to Saturday. You get to the NDC. You're denied an opportunity to speak. You're denied an opportunity to get into that particular room where this meeting will be. What is next for Jimi Wanjigi?
As I said earlier this week, choices have consequences. There are going to be consequences for that happening to me, and there are going to be consequences for that happening to ODM and those behind ODM that are doing this to me. I want to assure you that I'll be very clear about those consequences after that so-called happens tomorrow, should it happen. You never know. They may decide to open the door and allow me in and give me a chance to speak to my fellow ODMers, and I will speak my heart and mind because I'm actually very keen on seeing this party live.
This week, some of the delegates who support you went to the political parties tribunal, and you were told that you have not exhausted all the mechanisms that need to be exhausted within the party for you to fight for your move. Why do you still want to push this on?
I think it's very unfortunate. We respect judgments of a court. They used the technicality of a stamp, saying that it seemed like that letter was delivered on 17th rather than 11th. It was actually 11th. But it's unfortunate that we have done that. We had exhausted the avenue. I disagree with that ruling, but I respect it. And we had exhausted. This party, until this week when I got a reply from Sifuna, has completely ignored any communication with me since September. And never written to me, has never responded to me in any manner. We exhausted that. I think the members that went to court were very clear. That's why I'm saying that stamp, they delivered on the 11th, not the 17th. And I can tell you they were also very clear that they have been trying. Nobody wants to discuss anything. Kennedy, let me assure you, there's nothing that was not exhausted. And tomorrow, we shall see their tolerance level. I will walk in and I want to speak. I want to speak my mind and my heart for the prosperity of this party. Should they shut the door, we shall see what happens thereafter.
Jimi Wanjigi has been given 96 hours by the DCI in an unfolding feud that has been there. Is it something that you want to honor?
We shall see. We are consulting with my lawyers. We intend to honor. We wrote to them yesterday after 72 hours and said we'll honor. I want to assure you, it's the same witch hunt of a poodle. And, there's nothing for me to fear. Nothing. They can do their worst if they so wish. I have nothing to fear. Yeah. No retreat, no surrender.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Jimi Wanjigi. That was an interview insisting that tomorrow, Saturday, 26th, he will be at the ODM NDC, and he expects to be welcomed even by dancing women as he tries to put on a show and even get an opportunity to speak. Well, only time will tell. Back to you.